Alright. Hit the button, and I am live on YouTube. Live on Twitch. I guess you're curious why I say that. It's because I wait to say live on YouTube until I see that I am actually live on YouTube. And when I switch over to the Twitch tab, it's always black for a second. So it's, okay, I am live on YouTube, and I am live on Twitch. Live on Twitch. Hi, everybody. Many good morning. Goods morning. Like attorneys general. Goods morning. Yeah. I'm awake, I swear. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and play the Daily Peak. No, wait, hold on. I'm out of order today. I've already booted up the game. You could hear it in the background, I'm certain. First thing I've got to do is, hey, welcome back to the Daily Peak. I'm gonna go ahead and take my morning meds. If you guys have meds to take, you should take those now. And I'm going to be taking them with a Lost and Found Orange Scream energy drink. Because Halloween's never dead. Alright, down the hatch. Ugh. Alrighty. Oh. Okay, let me go ahead and swap over to gameplay. Let me swap over to gameplay. Okay. I want to point out something that I didn't have the chance to point out yesterday. They have the little thing here, do you guys think we'll win the game award? Be honest. But also, they've got little things here that link to their merch. Which I think is very cute. I might grab some of this. We'll see. I'm liking the map one and Fangamer. Reach the Peak poster. 18 by 24. I will probably get that one. It's only like 24 bucks. That's pretty good. Oh, it's got Bing Bong on there and everything. I love that. Okay, sorry. Shopping stream. Okay. Gosh. But yes. I'm probably gonna get that Reach the Peak poster, which you can see on the Fangamer one. But yeah, Peak is merch. Bing Day Out. Oh, and they've got a wilderness handbook, like notebook? No, it's got like a full preface. Okay, it's combination. So they've got the preface, and then they have a ton of blank pages, and interspersed throughout are the rules. Lovely. Okay. I'm gonna stop doing shopping stream. I'm gonna not go shopping. I can't afford that shit. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm hopping over to the Prospectors Guild chat because Mound Makers is on my brain forever and always. And apparently, Corby has been making cheese, and the most recent batch of cheese is going to be good for 9.9 years. And I don't know if that's because that is the actual duration it will be good for, or if it just can't show 10. Like, I mean, that was an impressive throw in itself, but that was, it didn't go in the basket. Hell yeah. We love long-lasting cheese. Dairy is one of the most important things in the world in this game because, you get HP buffs based on how varied your diet is, basically. So yeah, there's no way to get dairy outside of milk and cheese. And for that you need to do advanced agriculture, basically. Like multi-generation farming. Ranching? Ranching. So dairy is just the bar that is always empty for most of, like, the start of your game. And we are finally getting to it with a combination of soy cheese and goat cheese. AKA, we're the best faction in fucking Mound Makers. It's one of those, like, cheese is a signifier that you have hit the highest levels, and cheese makes you, a fucking... Cheese turns you into a tank, which I think is very funny as a phrase to say. Goats are a good option, yeah. Especially, we've been keeping Angora goats, which also have a shit ton of wool, so you can shear them too. Sadly, our tailors have abandoned us so cruelly, but, you know. Always a sheep advocate? That's fair. Yeah. But yeah, we are short several tailors, so we can't actually do much with the wool at this point. But that is mostly fine. Because, I mean, yeah, we can still make, like, wool thread and make the basic clothes. It's just we don't get the fancy stuff. I could probably hire out a tailor. His bug isn't dead, they're just in a different faction now. Plus, oh, Davian, Builder of Roads, is a tailor and will probably work for stones. I say that as if that means that Davian will work for cheap. Davian will not work for cheap. Davian will work for stones. These are different things. It's like 4 stones and 1 dirt to a path block, and Davian needs thousands of path blocks. So quite understandably, they are always on the lookout. So yeah, I could probably get them to craft me a fancy wool sweater in exchange for, like, I don't know, 8,000 stone? 8,000 stone feels like a good price. We are the prospecting guild. It's not like we're in short supply. Honestly, the big issue is the soil requirement, because terraforming. You know? Like, we're also using that soil mostly for building things. So I'm gonna have to quarry dirt. But if it gets us fancy clothes, that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. I'm gonna need to, like, pull up in fucking Davian's DMs. Davian? Might be Davian. And be like, okay, how many rocks for a day of your time? Because we are also accumulating flax fibers, but we have to use the more expensive recipe if we want to convert that into thread. It's like, yeah, normally it's 4-to-1 thread, but if we get a tailor, it's 3-to-1 thread. But you do have to make, like, 2 thread at a time. It's not a terrible game. It's like, it's a good game. It's got that, like, pretty in-depth survival stuff, and that's, you have to be expecting that and ready for it when you're going in. But it is, like, built with that in mind. Like, it's not fucking thrown on top, you know? Which I think helps. Well, I'm already this high. I will say Taylor isn't, like, top of my list in terms of, like, things I would ship a person in for. Like, I'm not... Like, I would be willing to buy this game for you, Pyrite. I just feel like $20 is, like... It's not an expensive game, by the way. Yeah. That's fair, though. Yeah, I am willing to drop some dollars so I can have a tailor. Not many dollars, though. It would be more about doing something nice for my friend. Dropping $20 on a fucking video game to have a tailor. I mean, fair. I will say the balanced diet thing isn't, like, all-consuming. It's mostly just a buff. No! Let me gift. Let me gift friend. Let me gift friend. I didn't mean to sound that pathetic when I said it. I do think that is just the default state of my voice, is a pathetic little creature. Because I slipped into that automatically. Oh shit. Bean. Default state, just a little guy. You get it. You get it, Pyrite. My Pyrite Sparkle. Highlight Sparkle. Turning my friends into My Little Pony characters. Chapter 1. Highlight Sparkle. I'm so normal. Let me in. Okay. Well, I tried. But yeah, much like the first time we considered doing like a vintage story server as just a private friends thing, I would love to play vintage story with you, but I do not think it is a game with like, it is not the type of games that has the mechanics you're looking for. But even so, I would still love to play it with you, because I have a lot of fun playing it. And it's very intentionally designed, which is a thing that I love in games. Intentional design, it's really something you can't always get. It's one of those games where it's like, yeah, I could talk about all of these little incentive structures for a hot minute. Because, like, the thing with the food variety thing is, well, that wasn't worth it. It's not just, like, there for the sake of it, because it's also, like, a death penalty. Because when you die, your nutrition resets. And you can get some of that back with the first meal you eat, but it needs to be multiple meals for you to get, you know, all of the nutrition back and get back up to that peak you were at. So not only is it that, but it is also a penalty for death. And it is a penalty for death instead of losing your armor. Because you lose your equipment, but you always keep whatever you're wearing, and that includes your armor. Which I really like, actually. Especially because, I don't know if it's base game or just the mods we're playing with. Temporal gear necklaces. They... Basically... a temporal gear necklace lets you... I mean, temporal gears let you reset your spawn. But also, they glow blue. Which means that it's a light that, once you have one, it can never be taken away. Which I really like. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Yeah, it's multiple layers of, like, incentive structures on the food thing. Purple shroomberry. Fuck. I didn't mean to get on the vine. Purple shroomberry. Okay, that was a lot of spores. Is it just a lot of spores? Is that all? Is that all it did? Is it gonna hurt me harder? Is it gonna hit me again? Guess not. Okay. I do also like the way Vintage Stories, like, on-spawn class system forces you to specialize in multiplayer to some extent, but also makes it so, like, individual people are invaluable. Because tailors don't just make fancy clothes. The fancy clothes are a part of it. Tailors also make variants of the gambeson, a tailored gambeson, which God. Tailors can also make a tailored variant of the gambeson, and it has an extra point of protection in all categories. And also, it can be different colors. Which is my favorite part of the tailored gambeson. Yeah, hunters are better at stealth just in general. And also gain more meat when they are harvesting creatures. Making them better able to utilize, you know. When you have a hunter, you are not going to be short on protein in the early game. That's one of those things. Because they have, you know, whatever hunting stealth bonus plus. Makes it pitifully easy for you to hunt down most animals. Regardless of how much difficulty you normally have. But the ability to hunt animals is not gated behind being a hunter. You know? You can still do it. Being a hunter just makes it really easy. The way I see the class choices for Vintage Story is fully just, hey, if you struggle with a thing, the class makes doing that specific thing easy. It gives you bonuses to that. It can really make up for a lack of skill. But it can also help you focus in on playstyles that you enjoy. And the class exclusive recipes that come with each class, you can turn that off. You can make it so everyone can make the tailored gambeson, because it is also a more expensive recipe. Like there is a reason for it. Yeah. So if you're just playing single player. Now, I personally have never turned off the exclusive recipes feature, because I usually play with the mod Trade Acquirer, which makes it so you can like find books to learn the crafting traits of other classes. So you can learn the tailor trait to make yourself the super fancy. Oh, speed bus. Speed bonus. Jeez. Unexpected. I didn't realize speed bonus was in the pool. I'm gonna be honest. I really like Trade Acquirer, because it makes it so it's not like... The recipes are still pretty exclusive to some extent. but they are less exclusive for, you know, single player and small player count worlds. And for large player count worlds, you need not have it. So I feel like it's a good compromise. I also really like Trait Acquirer because every time you get a new trait, it gets added to your like character screen, and eventually, at some point, it does just fully go off the screen, and you can't see them all anymore. Which I do think it is incredibly funny, and it's like, I am so skilled, I could not tell you everything I can do. I will also say, the most important thing to ever happen to the Prospectors Guild did happen yesterday. I found lava. I found a bucket of lava. Well, I found regular lava and I put it in a metal bucket, because we have the primitive survival mod, so we can do that. But yeah, so now I have bucket with lava in it. And I'm sure there's something I could do there. No, there is something I could do there. I made a obsidian basalt generator which produces both stones and rock, which are distinct. Rock is the block, stones are little items that you can make into like cobblestones and shit. Let me just fucking, let me take a peek. That's kind of really pretty. I am become unstoppable. I have bucket lava. I am God. Oh, nope, that's poison. Almost messed that up. Almost. Startlingly close to eating a poisonous mushroom. There we go. Ah, just normal medicinal root. It's like, ooh, this looks like a good snack. Oh, fuck! Or, like the scene you'll see sometimes when it's like someone starts eating a berry and someone else is like, nope, that's poisonous. And they immediately, like, spit it out because it's like, oh, I haven't swallowed yet, thank God. I also like the idea of a scout going, I can flawlessly identify poisonous mushrooms. Because Taylor is also basically the hard mode class you play for the reward of getting fancy outfits. But also we don't use the base version of the tailor on the server. We use a fun variant that comes from the mod Gloomy Classes. That's right, Gloo, like capital Gloo, capital ME, no spaces in there. But yeah, the idea of the tailor is you are a like city folk who is unsuited to wilderness survival, but you have this like special set of skills that makes you able to make a lot more and better clothing. And it's really good in some part. Yeah. And there is like a part in which it is incredibly good, largely because the tailored gambeson, which I have mentioned previously. Gambesons are the lightest type of armor and have the least like hunger rate increased for wearing them. So you are always wearing a gambeson. And so your gambeson being extra special and easier to wear and all that is a pretty big advantage, because the gambeson is the thing you never take off. Because otherwise, you generally take your armor off if you're not on like an expedition. Short of the gambeson, which protects you from primarily like blunt damage, aka like a rock falling on you. Or getting punched by a very small rust monster. I am referencing drifters here. That's fair. Yeah, the Gloomy Classes variant, I feel like gets a better loadout there. Because, like, the buffs are increased and the debuffs are, decreased. But, like, you get shit like, tailors can get flax fibers from just normal-ass grass. Which allows you really early game access to things like, I mean, a lot of clothing, but also early game access to bandages, which are made with flax thread. And yeah, that absolutely fucks. Alright, I only want to do one use of the cure-all per night. So I've switched to milk, because that is the most effective. It's not really a heat item, it is just a cold negating item. But works out. Fuck me. Okay, then. I feel like this is gonna go poorly. Checkpoint flag. I've got 2 anyway. Oh, hey, I was here just earlier. Yeah, gloomy classes, I feel, makes the tailor into like a more survivable class without without getting away from the this is a city boy who is not the most prepared for wilderness survival. Like, you still have that frail trait and everything, and your bonuses are not as good for direct survival, but it gives you earlier access and greater access to tailored goods like clothing, obviously, but also medical items. Because the moment you have fucking flax, you can make bandages, basically. It's probably one of the first things you're going to make. So being a tailor in gloomy classes kind of makes you the unofficial early game medic. Which I really like. I feel like it that keeps the kind without there being it keeps that roleplay aspect of the tailor being kind without losing the city boy charm, and without needlessly making it so you get less animal loot, which is fucked because you're a tailor, you're also working with leather. Leather is also on the board. But my biggest gripe with the tailor is that animal loot debuff, because of the fact that you need leather clothes and shit. Which means that if you are a tailor and you are role-playing as, kind and generally better to animals, but you're also needing to kill more... Oh! There is not sufficient disk space to continue recording. Whoops. Hold on. Let me, Let me do some file management. Oh, I haven't done my file management in a minute. But yeah, you're, role-playing as the kind tailor who doesn't want to hurt animals. But also, because of that kind debuff, you need to keep and kill more animals. Which, very funny side effect, but also might be a little more honest to change how that works. Yep, basically. And if you're in single player, you're just fucked. Anyway, I'm gonna murder this stream boo asshole. I just closed down Twitch. I did not mean to close that page. I needed that page. Guys, I'm doing great. Oh my god. Recycle bin. Open. Clear recycle bin. Why do I have 595 items in my recycle bin? Okay, let me check the disk space. I have 12 gigabytes free. Okay. Let me also go in and delete some of these old recordings. Because I have, like, every episode of this I've done since September. And I'm not editing all of these. So I'm just gonna delete all of the ones pre-October. Because I'm being realistic about my, level of interest in the editing of these files. Jesus, that went from 12 to 47. That was 35 gigabytes of footage. But I can start recording again. Yeah, that will do it. So hi to anyone who's in the future reacting. Hold on. Did I do a stupid? Let me dig through my file system. Oh, I did a very stupid. Okay. I am not going to have the VOD for today saved. Because I deleted the MKV file for today on accident. Yeah, the way that the recording stopped, the MP4 file for the first half of this stream is definitely corrupted. I'm gonna just have to download the stream from YouTube after this. God, you'll love to see it. On the bright side, I made it to the top of Roots. Might peak today, who knows? Ah, it's fucking Alpine. And I think I forgot to cook back at the plane, so... this isn't my fucking job! I'm very good at my job! This is more of a hobby, more of a routine thing. So I can, power level my charisma stat. And, you know, so I never go, 36 hours without saying a word. A thing that has happened many times before. I prefer not to go multiple days without having said a word. It really fucks up your vocal cords to do that. But also, going so long without talking to people that you open your mouth and make like a horrifying frog croak is a great way to make you feel like a fucking shut-in bog person. You know? Ugh. Oh, wait, hold on. Well, god fucking damn it. I did not think that through clearly enough. There we go. But yeah, no, the daily live streams is to prevent myself from becoming a bog person. From becoming a detestable swamp creature. Okay, I am officially out of heating items, which is a problem. But at least I have a bunch of checkpoint flags. Jesus. Really giving them to me today, huh? Love a swamp creature. You love a swamp creature. Honestly, I love a swamp creature. I don't love feeling like a swamp creature. I've discovered some uncomfortable things about my attraction that makes it so I can pretty firmly say I'd probably love a swamp creature. I dislike feeling like a swamp creature. Using Pandora's box to reset my temperature. Just casual. No, I'm not gonna freeze to death multiple times, because I am more than willing to use the fucking power of, like, Prometheus and shit. No. Pandora's box was pretty explicitly Zeus and not Prometheus. Prometheus was very much the guy who did not want Pandora's box to happen. Prometheus was not the Pandora's box guy. Ooh, a little bit of fire. That helps. Little bit of fire is actually good in this scenario. I do love that I am embracing the solution of re-randomizing my entire stamina bar every time I get too cold. Game's just out here like, well, you're not gonna be cold. Cut to severely wounded. I also like to think, and I know this isn't the case because this would be impossible to program, using Pandora's lunchbox just swaps out your current bar with someone else who has used Pandora's lunchbox. So it's like, oh yeah, sometimes you get like a full health bar because someone just encountered it for the first time. And it's like, oh hey, I wonder what this item does. And other times you get like a full bar of poison because it's like, I need to save my ass now. Oh yeah, that's the one healing item I've got. Oh wait, I have fucking 3 checkpoint flags. Hold on. Cool. I don't know why I didn't think about using that immediately. It's like, oh, I might have to use this first aid kit now. I mean, there's no space in my inventory. And it does works. Where the fuck is... Okay. The way I use Pandora's Lunchbox feels like a very, fucking I love gambling approach. Let's go gambling! Ah, dang it. Because I do very much use it as a last resort item, and I think it's, like, very fun to use. It's one of those, like, ooh, this is the last thing I turn to. Except I get way too excited to turn to the last thing I turn to. Sitting here like that, one improv bit about the fucking 3 ghosts from, Scrooge or whatever. It's like, I tried to show him his past, but he was too invested in his studies. Time to pull out the big guns! Now, hold on, I haven't had my turn. Let me show him his grave! I do that shit. I love my rope dart somehow pushing itself over the side of the thing, so I just don't get to use it now. I love my rope dart making itself useless. It's one of those things that makes me wonder if the rope dart has agency and uses it to inconvenience me. Granted, I do like to think of this game, to some extent, as, that one secret ending of Resident Evil, which is actually the only canon ending of Resident Evil, wherein you, like, go into the secret control room and there's, like, a dog there pushing levers to control the story and the entire town. I like to think it's that, but with Bing Bong. So Bing Bong's just in there with the natural disaster button and he's fucking hammering it. But yeah, no, I very much use Pandora's Lunchbox like fucking Death from Scrooge. A Christmas Carol? Is that the name of the fucking movie? Book? I'm sure it was originally a book. That had to be an adaptation. Whoa. Ah, shit. Hi. I guess. That was almost useful. I think I was too shell-shocked by seeing the rope again, to actually, like, process and use it. Process its presence and use the rope, Wait! Lovely. Okay. I'd hit an alternate route, but there's not a lot of alternate route available, I'm gonna be honest. The 1843 novella by Charles Dickens. Thank God. Okay. I was 90% sure. Because I knew I was getting it wrong by just calling it Scrooge. I know there is a movie called Scrooge. I'm nearly certain. You know, in the same sense that there's, like, a fucking... I don't know, some other pretentious-ass thing. There we go. I had to, like, lean forward and engage all the muscles in my back to do that. Not because it required that much physical effort, that was just the level of anxiety I was getting up to. Now fuck me. Okay, let's see if there's an up and around option here. Not really, but let's fucking try for it anyway. I could maybe make it up there. I may also have to do a tactical health reset. And I think you only respawn at the last checkpoint flag. But I don't actually know. I don't think I've had the opportunity to have two in the same level before. Nope, that's not gonna work out. Fuck me. Alright. Reset. And yes, you spawn at the most recent one. I can confirm that as well. May have to perform an elite gamer maneuver here. Now, I'm curious if me putting down that checkpoint has, eliminated the previous one I put down? Or if the previous one is still there and will trigger in the event of my death. I don't feel like testing that right now, though. Okay, I'm right back to where I was earlier, huh? What? No, I wanted to jump. There we go. There we go. That took entirely too long. I can, like, feel the fog nipping at my heels. Or maybe that's the blizzard. Or all the hallucinations from Pandora's lunchbox being used too many times in the same area, resulting in a kind of, Mad Hatter-style nightmare. Okay, looks like I only get one of the 3 items in that fucking thing. Sure. No, I'm totally happy with luggage spawning inside. To be fair, at least it was a big luggage that spawned inside of a tree, because if it was any other type, I probably wouldn't have been able to access it at all. Like, all of the items would have been in the tree, aside from, you know, there being 3 items in there and 1 gets pushed into reachable distance. Oh, hey. First aid kit, nice. Oh yeah, I do have a Ko-Fi. Over there, you can support my live streaming efforts, or you can do whatever commissions I have live there. At the moment, I believe I just have the TTRPG Battle Maps commission. Which, I mean, is not a huge thing right now, but if you guys see, like... If I ever get around to any of those tabletop game streams that I want to do, you guys are going to be fucking clamoring because I make all my own maps. Heat back! Hell yeah. Okay, I have almost hit the top here. I just need to go around the edges of this big hole without falling in. I do not trust my ability to do that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. God damn, they gave me 3 checkpoint flags and I'm using all of them. Fuck me. Okay, let's wait for the cold to go down a little bit. Actually, you know what? Let's use the heat pack, because that's going to mostly negate the cold damage as I walk on these things. A single warmth item, which I have used immediately. God damn it. Okay. Back around this way. Fuck me. God damn it. Fuck off. Just every variation of fuck blank. The word fuck appearing in my dialogue box with a wild card asterisk next to it. Using every fuck variant, every fuck-a-type. Like archetype? Yeah. That would be really good for Urbex. Using character archetypes to establish initial class abilities. And making it so you can pick up an additional, like, character archetype role later on as you've developed throughout the story. Hell yeah. I've been struggling with how to get that done for a hot minute. Because there wasn't, like, a solid way to get those, initial abilities in without, like, you know, having a full-on class system. Which is the thing I didn't want to do. I was hoping to do a classless situation with that. I think that about figures out how I would do that, though. Which, cool as hell. Okay. Green berry. Ordinarily poisonous, but with that new update, you can cook the poison out of berries, but not mushrooms. Cooked my backpack. I believe it is scorched now. Incinerated, not scorched. Of course. God, imagine if the cooking update made it so if you incinerated a backpack, it just fucking went away. Burned up all of your items inside of it, too. That would be fucking tragic. Yeah, no, character archetype, and it's like, oh yeah, you have, the heart, the fucking... the brawn, I don't know. The classics. It's like, yeah, you get a little bit of healer in there, and you customize the specific expression of that with, like, your profession. As opposed to, like, early childhood history, which fucking... Previous to this point, I had been, trying to make Urbex work, with, like, oh yeah, this is your job before the end of the world, and your schooling history? Because I couldn't think of anything better. And it got a little elitist, because it's like, how the fuck do I make a variety of options here? So you had, like, fucking dropout, fucking high school graduate. All with fucking, like, intelligence debuffs. And that's not, like, correct. It didn't feel right. That's why I paused working on it, because I couldn't think of anything better. By the way, I am sure I've talked about Urbex on the Daily Peak before, but yeah, that's the TTRPG I've been trying to make. It's a little GURPS-like. Using a percentile-based, fucking rolling system, where you compare to the, like, skill value of your character as opposed to a DC. And it's like that skill value is augmented by the situation. So it's like, yeah, everyone can attempt to break down this door. This door requires you to pass whatever your athletic skill is, plus 20 because it's a hard door or whatever. are like, yeah, you can get through this door with a deft hands check. The lock is pretty weak, so it's a -5. So you know, it's easier. It's slightly easier than normal. But like, you know, if you are the clumsiest man alive, that is still going to be a high roll for you. Oh, fucking, like a New Vegas style traits system. That would also be handy. So you could do shit like Four Eyes, or Clumsy, or fucking... Dumb Luck? I don't remember what that one's called. Oh, sick. That worked out perfect. Oh, fucking, what's that one skill called? It's, you get a bonus to rolls or XP, one of those two, which is randomly applied, based on how low your intelligence score is, as opposed to how high. It's like, yeah, the lower your intelligence, the higher chance of success, as long as you have X ability. Because there's the chance that you just, like, God preserves you because he thinks you're funny. Idiot Savant! That's the fucking perk. God damn. Gives you additional experience when equal to the inverse of your intelligence, basically. Which is designed to offset, because I believe you get some additional experience based on your intelligence. You know, if not, like, the specific game I'm thinking of. A lot of Fallout or RPG games in general as incentive to level up your intelligence. But the Idiot Savant perk makes it so you can have functional low intelligence builds without having to sacrifice all of that experience. It's just a little extra random. Fucking goddamn. Alright, I'm gonna need to do some writing. That's on my list for today. And that's in addition to the writing I'm already gonna have to do for, oh, I've got a Pathfinder game today. The next installment of the Bloodlords game, which I have been putting on hiatus, for fucking ever. Because I have been in no state to GM. I've barely been in a state to do any kind of creative writing. It's something with my brain just... I don't know. It's like the part of me that could do the, like, long-term planning, world-building writing, just fucking went dormant for the last, like, week or two. And I just couldn't do anything about that. Because I was sad because my grandpa died or whatever. Like, a fucking week saw. God, if I get a workable, like, in-dev version of, Urbex out, I am 100% live streaming a playthrough. Urbex, recovering from the end of the world. I still think it's a very fun thing, and a message that, I need to see in more things. I'm sure it exists enough outside of the things I'm doing. It needs to exist where I see it more, though. Alright. Fuck it. I don't need a medkit. Pandora's lunchbox is all I fucking need. Okay. Funny shit, universe. Fuck you. Oh shit, my dad's out shoveling, I think. After this, I'm gonna finish breakfast. I should help with that. The loot table got jokes. The loot table absolutely do got jokes. And I have just finished off my energy drink. I will say the only reason my dad is out shoveling is because the snowblower had some, like, comical parts failure the moment we tried to take it out the other day. Like some real Looney Tunes ass shit. Like, I think bits of it literally fell off the moment we tried to boot it up. Like, imagine cranking the thing on a lawnmower and immediately, like, the handle and wheels fall off. That's the level of malfunction we're talking about. I love the rescue claw so much. Favorite item, easily. Like, it is up there. Cloud Fungus is also up there. A lot of my favorites are in this most recent update with the roots. I like Cloud Fungus. It mostly just looks pretty. Rescue Claw, I'm actually a very effective user of. Where do I want to be next? That feels like a longer-term goal. That feels like a good shorter-term goal. Let's see if I can do that. Nope, not a steppy. Okay. Right. In that case, I think I want to be over there. Maybe. Well, that looks more traversable. Fuck it, you know? Sometimes you need to take a grappling hook-shaped risk. Sick. My most dependable friend across this journey. Lovely. I'm realizing I forgot to turn up my music at the beginning of the stream, and it's too late now. We're all gonna have to deal with it. Ooh, okay. Pandora's lunchbox is crying in the background. Yeah. Look, they used to be top of my list, but now they're like third. Right after Cloud Fungus and Rescue Claw. I don't know. I'll make a tier list eventually, I'm sure. No, I won't. Someone else will make a tier list, and I'll do the tier list. It'll be on whatever, the tierlistmaker.gov. The music is often pretty God damn it, really? And no one told me? What do you mean it's loud in comparison to my mic and no one said a thing? I swear to God, I haven't had the time to review any of these VODs. But tell me in the moment. God damn it. I want you to point out if I'm having an audio issue. Oh, hello again, Rescue Claw. I got a slight seductive tone to my voice there. That was a full-on hello sailor-ass moment. Hello, sailor. Okay. Be a black crow in my next life, flying over an office park. Be a black crow, my next life, flying over an office park. I feel like I occasionally do some, like, really impressive scrambles. And it's fully on a basis of, like, I will never be able to do that again. That is not, like, a reproducible thing I can do. Okay. Well, that barely changed. Okay. I'm good. This is the normal amount of heat damage to have, actually. Neither of them look to be up to date. Yeah, expected. Roots just came out. God damn it, I might actually have to make the tier list. If I turn up next time with a tier list to make after I've, like, had a horribly short, end. Holy shit. Okay, I'm at the peak. I am at the peak. Hell yeah. Huh. Yeah, sure. Ah, berries, hell yeah. At the peak, day 8 of the run. Which I think is mostly fine, because this is Ascent 7. I'm not exactly going for speed. Lovely. All right. Y'all, we have made it once again. I don't know if this gets me into double digits. Okay, yeah, I'm solidly in double digits. Last time I checked, I was at like 8 peaks summited, but I've done some offline play, so well, off-stream play. Absolutely lovely. Alright, I might want to go another couple peaks, like unmodified and all that, before I do anything too special. Like, I'm already doing Ascent 7. I'm thinking about the True Mountain Goat Challenge, though. It's on my list. But... oh, I love that you can see my tactical health reset right there. It's a very clear divot. Heart emoji. Anyway. Oh. Because, yeah, you can see shore, and then you go down a little bit, and roots. And you go down a little bit, alpine. You go down a little bit to the caldera, flat, and then kiln. You can see each of these peaks is a biome transition. Alrighty. Well, I want to, real quick, thank everybody for watching. I really appreciate your viewership. And now that we have had another peak, I'll be seeing all of you guys again tomorrow. Bye.